It's Monday, July 24th, 2023, and I've got 3 free best bets for you. Let's dive into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Nova Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays today as we just try to get to the bag and make some money during baseball season. Now, last video on Friday, we did not end off the week as the way that we wanted to. We ended off the night 1-2, tough to see it. We lost one matchup on the hook. Lance Lynn only got 6.5 strikeouts, and then we also did lose on our Nerfy of the day as well, as the Mets had an error in that first inning which gave the Red Sox a run, but it's all good because we still cashed in another hitter parlay. That's another cash win on the hitter parlay. He's been going crazy on those all month long. Cashing on Chas McCormick and Moniak both to get one hit, so we love to see that. We have another hitter parlay in this video today, so make sure you guys are staying tuned all the way to the end to get that one. And you can see our year-to-date record right here, still over 500, still crushing it, still killing it in the month of July. So let's see if we can keep the momentum going today, so this way we can sweep the board. It's been a minute since we've had a sweep, so I want to get another sweep on the board today. And as always, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Share with somebody who you know likes to sports bet, so this way we can continue to make money together and we can continue to get to the bag. All right, let's dive into our first best bet of the day. For my first best bet of the day, I'm going for the 2-leg run line parlay. I'm taking the Orioles on the run line at +1.5, and I'm parlaying that the Twins on the run line at +1.5. If you parlay those two together, you get to odds about +145 or so, depending on your sports book. And I really like both of these matchups. And truthfully, I like both of these teams on the money line. I like the Orioles to win on the money line. I like the Twins to win on the money line. But just taking the run line in a parlay is a little bit of a safer look, as I do think both of them should win, but there's a chance that they could lose. So let's break down both of these games. In the first matchup, we've got Dean Kramer going for the Orioles against Christopher Sanchez going for the Phillies. And it's been a pretty good year for Dean Kramer. He's 10-4 in the year, 4.8 ERA, and he's been pitching the ball really well over the past month. Now, besides his last start against the Dodgers, who truthfully, they've been one of the hottest lineups in all of baseball right now. Their offense has been absolutely on fire. Look at their last series against the Rangers, absolutely crushing the ball all series long. And he gave up 5 earned runs in that matchup against the Dodgers, but in his other 2 starts in July, he gave up 1 earned run in both of those games. So, he's been really locked in, really consistent. I love to see it. And it also helps that the Phillies have not been hitting right-handed pitching really well over the last month. They're 30th in team OPS in the last month against right-handed pitchers and 20th in isolated power. So you don't really like to see that. Their offense has been getting better, but it's not all the way there just yet. And the Orioles have been hitting left-handed pitchers really well. Chris Sanchez for the Phillies is a left-handed pitcher, and we just saw them in their last series against the Rays, where they got to Shane McClanahan, one of the best pitchers in the American League. We saw them score 5 runs against him in that series. So we love to see that the Orioles have been getting their offense better. They're 3-0 on the money line in their last 3 starts for Kramer, while the Phillies are 1-2 on the money line in their last 3 starts with Sanchez. So I just think that this is just a better matchup and opportunity for the Orioles, who showed in their last series against the Rays that they're the best team in the American League East right now. Their bats have been flying. Their pitching has been doing well. Their bullpen's doing what they have been doing. And I just think this is a tough spot for the Phillies, who have been playing better, but I think overall their pitching has not been as consistent as we've wanted to see, and their offense has not been backing them up like we're used to seeing. So because of that, give me the Orioles on the run line, as I think they should win this game outright, but I'm taking the +1.5 as just the safer odds as the first leg of the parlay. Now, the second leg of the parlay, another underdog today that I think can win outright is the Twins. And we saw this same exact matchup last week, as we had Luis Castillo going for the Mariners on the 19th, and we had Maeda going for the Twins on the 19th. And in that matchup, Castillo gave up 3 earned runs in 6 innings. He did have 11 strikeouts in that matchup, which was good to see, but the concerning stat that really stands out to me is his recent home run struggles. He gave up 2 home runs in that matchup, and he gave up 2 more home runs in the start before that against Detroit, and he's had at least 2 home runs given up in 4 of his last 5 starts. So that's really tough to see, because Castillo is a guy who depends very heavily on his strikeout stuff and throwing some of those nasty pitches, especially that 4-seam fastball. But if he's giving up home runs, that's a big glaring error and a big sign, especially a team like the Twins, who are top 10 in the majors in home runs per game, and they depend very heavily on the long ball. I think because of that, there's an opportunity for the Twins to get to Castillo again today. And Maeda was also strong in that last matchup against the Mariners. He went 6 1/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and had 9 strikeouts in this matchup. So we've seen the Mariners struggle on the road this year. We've seen the Twins be strong at home this year. And overall, the offense for the Mariners has not been as strong as we're used to seeing it. So because of that, give me the Twins to win this matchup, but just in in this parlay, just take the 1.5 runs on the run line. If you take both the 1.5s on both the Twins and the Orioles, like I said, you get to about plus 145 odds. You can't beat that. Twins have been doing really well at home, winning record at home, and they didn't have to travel as their last series against the White Sox was at home as well. Mariners have to travel today. Don't really like that situation for Luis Castillo and the struggling offense. So give me both of these games as my first best bet of the day. Now for my second best bet of the day, you guys know where I'm going. I'm going with the Nerfy. I'm going to stay in that Mariners and Twins matchup, and I'm going to take the Nerfy there, minus 130 odds on Bovada. And we've got two pitchers who've been really strong in the first inning this year. We've got Luis Castillo, 15-5 on Nerfy so far this year, including hitting the Nerfy in his last game. And then Kenta Maeda's been strong on Nerfies as well, 7-2 this year on Nerfies, including hitting his last 3 in a row. So we love to see that. Two pitchers who've been pretty consistent in the first inning. And then both of these offenses have a little bit slower in the first inning. Both of them actually have a 71% Nerfy success rate. Twins have hit their last 2 Nerfies in terms of not scored a run in the first inning in the last 2 matchups, while the Mariners have not scored a run in the first inning in their last 3 matchups. So I think because of the favorable pitching matchup that we're getting in both of these pitchers here, the total is set about 8.5. So that's like right at the midpoint for Nerfies. Typically 7.5 is the lowest that you're going to get, but 8.5 kind of lets you know that we're kind of right there in that middle spot when it comes down to the total. I think we have the opportunity for both of these pitchers here to give us 6 quick outs in the first inning as they've done it in the past, and I think it's a strong matchup here. So give me the Twins and the Mariners, no run first inning. Both of these pitchers cashed in on that matchup on the 19th in the first inning, so hopefully they should be able to do it again today. For my third best bet of the day, you know where I'm going, to the infamous 2-leg player prop hitter parlay. Those things have been going crazy for us on the channel. We cashed in on another one yesterday on the Telegram actually to end the night, so we love to see that. And in this one, we're going with Will Contreras and then we're going with Nathaniel Lowe, both to get 1 hit. Odds about minus 112 on FanDuel. So let's first look at William Contreras. He's batting about 314 over the past month, including hitting close to 350 over the last 15 games. You love to see that. He has at least 1 hit in 19 of the last 25 games. He has a favorable pitching matchup in this game as he's going against Graham Ashcraft for the Reds. He's given up about 10 hits per 9 innings, and then he also has been batting .667 against Ashcraft in 6 plate appearances, including 1 home run. So you love to see that, the fact that he's hitting the ball consistently over the past month, and he's had success against this pitcher in the past. So we love to see that. So I think William Contreras is a really safe pick as the first leg of the parlay. And then for the second leg of the parlay, we're going with Nathaniel Lowe. He's batting .301 over the last month, including getting at least 1 hit in 15 of the last 20 games. He's currently on a 7-game hit streak, and he has a good favorable pitching matchup against Brian Bielak today, who's given about 9 hits per 9 innings. So you love to see that. And if you want to take another angle, you might want to look at his HRR line, his hits, runs, and RBIs, as he's had 5 RBIs in his last 3 games. So you love to see that as the Rangers bats have been absolutely on fire. So give me 2 hitters who've been in really great form. Nathaniel Lowe to get 1 hit, William Contreras to get 1 hit, both hitting over 300 over the past month. They should be able to do it again today. You parlay those together, you get to minus 112 odds. You can't beat that. Let's cash that in as our final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets that I really like on the board, 2 parlays that we're getting at really good value, and a Nerfy that you cannot beat that. So let's hopefully sweep the board today. And as always, I can't wait to see some of the picks that you're taking and the money that you're making. So share it with me in the Telegram group. Just click the link in the bio below. So this way you can share some of your picks and some of your victories as we're just trying to grow the bag together. And as always, we'll be back tomorrow with more winners. So let's get to the bag, dictate your fate, and let's get after it. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, good luck today.